In this video, we want to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept of the following function, which is a function that has an absolute value in it. Okay, so let's start with the definition of the x-intercept. So if you are looking for the x-intercept, this equivalent that the y would be 0. So identifying the x and y, obviously the x is right here, the x, and the k of x actually is the y. All right, so I can rewrite the equation as y equals minus absolute value of x plus 2 instead of k of x. Now, having said that y is 0, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug in 0 instead of the y. This will become 0 equals minus the absolute value of x plus 2. And what I want to do is I want to solve for the x. So it's easier to move the absolute value to this side. It used to be negative, it became positive. Absolute value of x is going to be a 2. So here, this is a property of the absolute value. If I have absolute value of x equals to a, and the a must be a positive number or equal 0, this is going to imply that x is going to be plus or minus a. All right, so this is the formula I'm going to be using right now. Okay, so applying the formula, the x would be equals to plus or minus 2. So the 2 points, what are? I have two values of the x's, so there are 2 points. In one of the points, the x is going to be negative 2. In the other point, is going to be a positive 2. And what will be the value of the y? Remember, the value of the y was fixed in the beginning. That's 0 and 0. All right. So these 2 points are the x-intercept. Now, for the y-intercept, we're going to do something very similar. So the definition of the y-intercept, if I have the y-intercept here, this is equivalent that the x will be equal 0. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the equation, y equals, instead of x, I plug in x0, so absolute value of 0 plus 2. So the absolute value of 0 is 0, so minus 0 plus 2. And finally, I end up with y equals to positive 2. So then my conclusion would be the point having the x 0 in here, and the y would be positive 2. So your y-intercept would be only 1 point. So this is your y-intercept, and these here are your x-intercepts.